see and I will share. Nice. Are we on? Yes. Very nice. All right. Is there any people right here? Let me see. Let's see. Share. Nice. All right. Yeah. There's some people right here. Enjoy. Hello, TikTokers. And hello, this class. All right. There's somebody watching us. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Let me greet. What is that's nice. Let me greet my audience. Uh สวัสดีครับสำหรับผู้ที่ติดตามเพจ Biz Class แล้วก็ผ่านทาง YouTube Channel Biz Class นะครับแล้วก็ทาง TikTok ด้วยนี่เป็นครั้งแรกเลยที่ไลฟ์ผ่านทาง TikTok นะครับของทาง Biz Class เหมือนกัน I'm right here with Curtis Chin Curtis S. Chin actually Curtis Chin the chair and senior fellow from Milken Institute สวัสดีครับ
Good to see you as always. Good to be back in Thailand.
Really glad to see you, and of course you can speak Thai.
นิดหน่อย
Then have you?
พูดไทยไม่ได้
Oh, you speak Thai really good. So who are you? Where you from, Curtis? Just introduce yourself to my TikToker.
Hey, well, hello TikTok. Hello YouTube. Hello everyone. Hey, I'm Curtis Chin. Kun Lek knows I was actually a kid in Thailand, but
Right.
totally American. My father was here way back when. But yeah, I am now the chair of all these senior fellows at the Milken Institute, nonprofit, nonpartisan think
Mhm.
tank, based out of Los Angeles, but we run Asia out of Singapore.
Sure.
And I'm in and out of Thailand because I'm on the advisory board of a great Thai company called Equator Pure Nature
Sure.
that makes a line of products under the brand name Hipper Standard. But I'm really here. I just came back after our Milken Institute Asia Summit. And this is one of our biggest convenings, really our largest in the world outside of the United States, which just took place in Singapore right before the Formula One race. So terrific.
Nice.
Yet again, I met 1,200 movers and shakers from business,
Nice.
from finance, from entertainment, from philanthropy, gathered in Singapore for something like 80 sessions, 50 public
Right.
sessions to talk about some of these real like challenging issues that many of us worry about, but how do we get people really to come together and be creative
Sure.
to do something about it, whether it's about climate or really getting capital to people with great ideas to turn them into bigger and better entities and business. So
That
that's me.
sounds really cool.
It's really cool. I'm so delighted often that we'll have, Thai people in, but really attracts people from across Southeast Asia and around the world, including, of course, Europe and the US. And more I see people even coming in from Africa and the Middle East to our event in Asia. Asia is where it's at, I would
Sure.
like to say. But clearly a lot of challenges in Asia that hopefully these and other conferences also connect and convene people to come up with solutions to.
So just tell me, Curtis, what are we going to talk about today? Is it serious or is it funny or something?
I'd like to think that we can both be entertaining and also be focused on some serious issues. So the next thing, I'd love to talk to you a little bit about the Milken Institute Asia Summit that
Sure.
just happened. Maybe
First of all-
spotlight
first
a
of all-
couple sessions there. Yeah.
Just simplify the definition of Milken Institute. I have mentioned before Milken as the think tank organization from the United States. What does Milken do?
Yep, great question. So Milken Institute first, it's nonprofit. And in a way, people have heard of World Economic Forum, very famous out of Davos. We're in many
Yeah.
ways very similar, but we're really focused though more on finance, on health,
Sure.
philanthropy. These are kind of our core pillars.
Sure.
But again, how do we connect and convene like people in a way, or companies or institutions with capital, with wealth, and encourage them, of course, make more money, but encourage them also to do things that also help all of us to have, in a way, better lives, more meaningful lives. So this notion of connecting capital with great ideas. Sure. It doesn't have to be for a business, could be for a cure for cancer, could be for new philanthropy. So connecting and convening in a way that hopefully we can do our own little part to help change the world. People have a lot, I feel, that they can learn from Asia, including from here in Thailand. Sure. And so we want to spotlight and connect people. And so hopefully we'll move people forward. It's even the theme this year was about progress with purpose. Everyone wants to progress, move forward, but maybe have a purpose too to improve people's lives. And so let me give you an example. And you got to you got to interrupt me because I'll just talk forever.
Sure,
But, yeah.
because so Milken
Milken, yeah.
is one of those organizations who aim to change the world.
Well, I hope so, but I think we all have our own little part to change the world. But we're also, though, about connecting because change can take place, I don't know, just at this coffee table or in a country. And then we can learn from what others are doing. It's such a divided time in this world, it's the serious part, US versus China, sadly, here in Thailand versus Cambodia, all these conflicts. But there can be hope too. Let's hope that this moment now that we saw just in the news this morning from Israel and Gaza, that ceasefire holds, that maybe a new Middle East can be created. So, we hope that we can do our own little part to move things forward, given our big network with big sources of capital. It can range from Thai business people, Thai philanthropists, Thai companies, connect them to others, and hopefully we can learn from each other.
Interesting. And what is Asia Summit? What is the purpose of the summit?
I think exactly what you focused on earlier. How do we bring people together, help drive solutions? Yeah, and so a lot of forces focused on Asia. Our big mother event is our Milken Institute Global Conference, which is in Los Angeles, usually generally the beginning of May, and that's 3,000 or 4,000 people come together. Everyone from this year and last year it was David Beckham, Elon Musk, but also Jane Goodall was there. May she rest in peace. These great people making a difference. Can we bring them together with others so that their work can be built on and expanded? And also, we want to bring attention to issues that maybe people might not be paying, in our view, enough attention for. So let me give you 3 examples.
Sure.
Then you cut me off. One was a fantastic panel at the Asia Summit this year on investing in children. Last year I led a session on this topic of investing in children because they are our future. Here I partnered with a terrific group. People may know UNICEF. UNICEF provided their Goodwill Ambassador for East Asia and the Pacific, K-pop superstar from Super Junior called Chiwon Che. This year, I led a session continuing that theme of we need to invest in our young people, focused on childhood nutrition, school meals, and there I had a World Food Program chef advocate, Tony Yu, a chef from Korea, that talked about what are the things we need to do to get children on the right path moving forward. In Indonesia, under the new president, they made a tremendous commitment to give school meals to kids. It's really tens of millions of people. So we had someone from the Indonesia program to speak. So again, just an example of where we bring together people to talk about this so that maybe others can take lessons from it. So watch that session on child nutrition. It's what's for lunch?
Sure.
The second session I would just flag is something that really Thailand, sadly, is a big part of the story, which is this issue of cyber scams. I don't know if you've seen about it.
That's a serious thing, and that's terrible.
It's truly terrible.
It's horrible.
And we in Asia kind of hear about it and know about it, but so many don't realize how big it is.
How big?
Hundreds of thousands of people have been really kidnapped in a way,
and
they're forced to do the cyber scams on all of us. So in a way, there's 2 types of victims. One are the people doing the scams who have been, it's another kind of trafficking. They're tricked into thinking they have a regular job, but passports are taken, they're whisked, and they're forced to scam people, and those are the second victims. And so again, like many a Milken Institute panel, we had a mix of government, so the head of Singapore's effort to battle this. We had the private sector, Meta, Facebook, many people get scammed. And so what is a Meta doing? to address this issue. We had people who really understood the issue. So the top investigative journalist, Shivani from the Washington Post.
And you know that South Korea is really serious about this.
Well, I mean, so many places are serious about it. And in that panel, the one last person I would invite is Jake Sims, who's maybe even been banned from going back to Cambodia, but bring attention to this. So do watch that panel on cybersecurity. Again, everything from Milton to public panels all online. Watch it at your own time schedule. And I think some of them are even posted on YouTube. And the last, and this is a little bit more fun, and you got to help me think through
What is that?
Thailand. It's, we love to spotlight celebrities who are using their platforms for good.
Am
So
I?
you could be, you gotta, let's talk
Am
about
I?
something that really we want Thai people, ASEAN people to pay attention to.
Yeah.
This year,
Quite sure that I'm doing good.
you are doing good. We want to make you do that. And so this year we spotlighted two actresses from South Asia, Shafali Shah, Netflix series Delhi Crime. The new third season will drop end of this year, which will address trafficking in women. Just a dynamic actress. Watch all of her stuff on Netflix. Two younger actresses, Bhumi Pednekar from India. Again, dynamic. She is a goodwill ambassador for the UNDP in India, so talking about sustainability. And she's used her platform also to address issues related to rebuilding of flood damaged areas in India. And the last one, a young actor, really like me, Asian American, but he was born in Singapore, named Ross Butler. Who
Ross
you might
Butler,
know, I don't know if you know,
That guy.
he was like in Shazam, but he was also part of, I think, a 4-season series on Netflix called 13 Reasons Why, which
know it.
addressed child suicide, very serious issues, children's mental health, all these kinds of things. And so they are using their platforms for good. All of them talked about they need to battle stereotypes too. But an Indian woman is this, an Asian American guy is this. And through their selection of roles, through their selections, kind of the jobs they would take, they are also using their platforms for good. But as you know, it's not easy given all of our own stereotypes of what we want to watch and what sells. So I think you need to partner with me and help me get
Of course.
some Thai
Of course.
celebrity. So can you give me Lalisa?
And
Lalisa, you watching this? Come
hopefully,
join us. But even, I was at a UN High Commission on Refugees event here in Thailand where, you help me pronounce his name. It's Bright.
Bright was here with
So I think it was
famous
Bright.
superstar in Thailand.
Well, but some of these stars, again, they're famous because of their roles. But how great that they might use their fame to also bring attention to something like refugees or children or the environment. So I want to see Thai stars step up. And so even these last 2 years, I've worked, Thailand so much better than me. These last 2 years, I've tried to get the Thai Prime Minister to join us at the Milken Institute Asia
Which
Summit.
one?
So that's the issue, So sadly, I don't want to do Thai politics, but sadly,
I'm not talking about politics for sure.
before our event, I think 1 or 2 months before, the Thai Prime Minister was no longer the Thai Prime Minister.
Probably.
So it was very challenging. But we have had the President of the Philippines. We have had the Prime Minister of Malaysia. We have had the Prime Minister of Bhutan and the President of Rwanda. So big countries and small countries want to use our Milken platform to talk about trends in investment. And we'd love to say the same to Thailand. So whoever the Prime Minister is next October, we'd be delighted to use our platform to advance some of the amazing things that Thailand is doing to address some of these issues.
Yeah. Let's talk about the platform. Any advice for my followers on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, or something? If they are not celebrities, how could they make their platforms for good? Because everybody is media now.
Well, I would
Currently-
say first, don't be driven by how many followers you have. Everyone's like looking for clicks and all. And I would say this is something that Shiwan and UNICEF says. Sometimes you got to take a break from social media.
Of course, if you care so much about the followers, you won't be here. In
The
this
most,
class.
no. The most important thing is the quality of your followers. And even if it's just one person and it's your mom, that's amazing. So clearly, if Lek Monchai follows you, that's enough. But no, you raised an important point that, how do people use social media? One, just use it for fun. but to the degree that you can spotlight some of the good work that each of us does. Bumi talked about on her social media some of the things, and she reinforced her appeal to help people that have been hurt by floods in India. Actually, bring attention to a cause, or I mean, and it doesn't have to be just some big social cause. Spotlight a Thai business. Spotlight a Thai movie you want people to watch. I will do it. So, I just saw a Thai film that one of my friends, Cod, worked on, and it's called A Useful Ghost. It was,
That's right.
what's it, it in Thai? I don't know it in Thai.
Yes, and the actress, she is Mai Davika.
Davika, yeah.
Davika.
So, yeah, I met the cast, and, Thai people, as we know, can be a little bit superstitious. And so it's about a haunted vacuum cleaner. So it's kind of funny, but it's kind of serious. And I think for the first time in 15 years, it was a Thai film that won a major award at the Cannes Film Festival. So how great that Thai creative content is getting recognition outside of Thailand.
Sure.
And that's one more thing we do at Milk Institute. We're saying that as countries develop, particularly here in Asia, clearly a lot of countries that thought, oh, we're the cheapest place to manufacture, build your factories here. That's great, job creation and all. But it doesn't mean you cannot, as a nation, also put in place rule of law, have appropriate tax incentives, have an ecosystem to encourage creativity and innovation. And maybe whatever your nation is, you could be what people call the next Korea. Korea, to its great credit,
You're talking about Thailand?
yeah, Thailand could be the next Korea, but it's got to address some of the things that Korea has done, like issues related to intellectual property recognition,
Right.
censorship, tax incentives,
Right.
encouraging young people to go into this world versus, oh no, you can only be a serious business person and you got to work for this.
It's
many
not
of
about
these
content economy, but it's creative economy.
creative economy. But remember, creative economy can be many things. It doesn't just have to be TV, film, or music.
Right.
It could be innovation in other areas. Earlier we talked about Pipper Standard, where again this Thailand-based company that is working with farmers here in Thailand and using pineapple. There's so much pineapple in Thailand through a patented process to make a whole line of products ranging from laundry detergent to shampoo, and that is Thai creativity and innovation applied to a business. So let's go out there and buy some Pipper Standard product. But more importantly, use your platform like we're doing to recognize and spotlight great Thai companies, Thai businesses, Thai actors. And I'll give you a plug. People watch this dude because Biz Class, yes, I see you on TV in the early morning, but
Right.
Biz Class, you're interviewing Thai business leaders.
I do.
And yes, you do. And I think on TikTok, I don't know, on YouTube, you have a lot of non-Thais that follow you because it's in English. So they're learning more about Thai business people and Thai business leaders. And so from my Milken hat, I want to say to all you Thai business leaders out there, think about what are the platforms that you want to use so you're known more in the region. Right. So at Milken, sometimes we see people, from the terrific Thai pension fund, or all know the big group Central CP.
Sure.
But there's a range of amazing stories from Thailand that need to be better told. But remember, that's true across this region. I've been in and out of Vietnam. This Thursday, I'm going to the Philippines to speak at a business economic conference of a great company there, Security Bank.
Sure.
And all of these others are in a way competing for people's minds, a piece of their mind about when they think about great companies in Southeast Asia, about great trends evolving from a country. Who is it? So Thailand cannot rest on its laurels and think, oh, because we're so successful in the past, we will always be successful because Vietnam is up and coming. Indonesia, there's so many Indonesians at our Milken Institute Asia Summit, including their terrific new sovereign wealth fund down in Thailand. So we saw many of those speakers. And then after Milken, I flew almost immediately to Jakarta to speak at the Rockefeller Foundation Asia Exchange, terrific event there. Also this notion of partnership. And some of the people from Indonesia were there. Even there was someone from Thailand, Ho Ran Hua, from family has banyan tree, but also a big company here in Thailand. He was at both events too. So who are those people that also can tell Thailand's story to the world? And we have a platform for them.
That's interesting. Milken Institute is working closely to ASEAN countries seems like they are a huge gap for Thailand for making the same path, right?
Well, our base in Asia is Singapore. And I have to say, Singapore has been a terrific partner for us. The Economic Development Board, and we just this year, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Singapore Tourism Board, committing to do our Milton event for at least 3 more years, hopefully many more in Singapore. We're always for 3 days before the F1, the Formula One night race.
Right.
But it doesn't mean with sponsors and supporters and partners that we can't do an added event in Thailand or else. Like next year, I already saw on our books March, we'll be doing yet another terrific event focused on China, Hong Kong, the Greater Bay Area. I think that's in March. And that's a global investor symposium focused on there. Other years, we've done things in Seoul. We've done things in Mumbai. And a while back, we did something in partnership with the Thai Central Bank here in Bangkok. I saw Thailand has made its pitch for F1 coming to Bangkok. Let's see how all that plays out. But maybe we'll do something there. But I think the key for us is thinking through who is that partner that sees the value of our platform and will think through Thailand, let's move up to the next level. And so if there's CEOs, and you interview so many CEOs, if there's a CEO that sees the value of participating in these things, we're happy to talk with them.
Sure, of course. And among Thai people, we got to know more about Miken Institute for sure. But as a Thai audience who is watching this, where can we explore more about Miken Institute?
Absolutely.
Is there any office here? Is there any website? Is there any place that we can go visit?
One, you can send a note to Lek and buy us coffee. No, but seriously, of course, everything is on our website. Not to plug our website, but milkeninstitute.org. And as I was saying, not just our Asia Summit, but we have these great convenings all around the world. This December we'll be in the Middle East, back in Abu Dhabi, in Riyadh. And all the public content goes up online and stays up online. So, I talked about programs, so even from last year with Shiwan, I talked about this year's programs in cybersecurity. All that you can find online at milkeninstitute.org. And there's easily, like, if you have questions or things, there's even you can fill out a form and send in questions and things. And we're always looking for terrific new speakers. So feel free to suggest a way. So whether they're a sponsor or just a prominent Thai person that people should pay attention to, send them our way. We're about connecting, convening together. Hopefully, we can move things forward.
That's really good. That's really good. This guy Curtis Chin, he travels all around the world. He's met Dalai Lama. We know that. Even Naomi Campbell and lots of celebrities you have met. And what about Thailand? As a foreigner, I would say a foreigner, who love Thailand. Right. What do you really know about Thailand when you talk about Thailand as a foreigner, as an American, as someone who lives out there?
Yeah, no, great question. One, there's so much more I need to learn about Thailand. Maybe I do know a little bit more than others sometimes because I was a kid here. I went to elementary school in Thailand. And when I was sat on the board of the Asian Development Bank, I was in and out Thailand looking at financing of infrastructure projects here.
Sure.
And at that time from Thailand, there were projects here encouraging a focus on what we called then the Greater Mekong sub-region. But also at that time, we looked at Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, sometimes from Thailand. And as I said, I'm in and out of Thailand quite often because of my role with this company, Equator Nature, that makes that paper standard grant. But I always want to learn more. And so whenever I'm here, I'm always trying to meet new people who know so much more about Thailand than I do. And then hopefully from their side, they're wanting to learn too about things from outside of Thailand that Thailand can take in and use and build upon to make again an even stronger, more welcoming Thailand. Because I was a little bit saddened by the news that now Chinese people, like mainland Chinese, are now choosing Vietnam number one over Thailand as their place to visit. It used to be Thailand was always top. And they're just gone. But again, you need
Disappear,
you
I
need to
think
ask
so.
yourself, why is that? One of this is maybe it's been blown out of proportion, but it is a huge issue, is what we talked about.
Sure.
Cyber scams. You know, as you know, there was a Chinese actor that was like kidnapped
Yeah.
and forced, and he was rescued. But then all that for Chinese people was like, oh, maybe it's not safe. Vietnam is much safer than Thailand. And then the war or conflict on the eastern border with Cambodia. I saw this morning's headline that the United Kingdom has given a warning to not go to certain parts of Thailand, which
Oh
is
my
then
goodness.
hitting tourists there. So, you know, I'd say that every country, as you think about, and I'll say this even in Manila at this security bank conference, ultimately, don't blame the US, don't blame China for all
Right.
your woes.
Right.
Clearly, we're all connected. But countries know what they need to do to move forward. You know, in the old days, there was an economist at Goldman Sachs named Jim O'Neill. He popularized this notion of what he called the BRIC: Brazil, Russia, India, China. So these BRIC nations would be the ones that would drive progress and growth. Hasn't exactly played out like that if you think about all these four great economies. And so people say, oh, can we, Thailand, Malaysia, wherever it happen to be that next big BRIC nation, even as the BRIC kind of summit expands? I think, I worry less about who will be the next BRIC nation. I worry about what I call the little BRIC: bureaucracy, regulation, inequality, and corruption.
Nah, wow.
And so every country's leadership, every companies will think through what is the balance, how do they deal with that? And by addressing these fundamental business issues, they will move forward, regardless of the day-to-day changes, it seems, in tariffs, the day-to-day changes and shifts in supply chains.
Sure.
Get your act together first. And to be honest, I have to give a shout out to a notion, sometimes controversial, but that phrase, make America great again, also to be means that America, focus on getting your act together. Don't go preaching to the world. Be an example. You know, the right balance of regulation and bureaucracy. You know, how do we deal with inequality? And clearly, we don't want any corruption. But I remember the great, founder leader of Singapore talked about, well, has the U.S. just institutionalized corruption? It's just for lobbying. So it's legal, but not everyone has equal access. So I think in all of these areas, each country will find its own way forward, including Thailand.
Right.
But let's focus on making, I'll say make Thailand great again, because Thailand's already great, US is already great, but making our own nations better and stronger and being examples to the rest of the world. For me, that's a key thing that we should all be focusing on.
Oh, it's well enough. Interesting. And we have maybe 2 minutes left or something. Oh, if there's somebody, I really want to connect. I really want to talk to Curtis. Where can they, he or she, connect to Curtis Ching?
I am, for good or bad, sometimes out of control, sometimes on social media. So of course you can follow me on X.
Sure.
I really don't use Facebook maybe as much as I should, but I'm on X, I'm on Instagram. I think Instagram, I don't even use my name. I think I'm called Asia Minute. And actually, why am I called Asia Minute on Instagram? Because it was this idea that I and a buddy, Jose Palazzo, had, that we would make these little 1 minute videos. So Asia, like in a minute, to encourage our compatriots in the United States, at least pay 1 minute attention to Asia. So then I ended up naming myself Asia Minute on Instagram. But there's a quick funny story. Partially, this is driven by I have a friend of mine whose name is Curtis Chin, without the S. And he registered everything first. So sorry, if you Google Curtis Chin, it's like him, not me. But he's a great author. He's bringing attention to issues about Asian American issues, representation in the United States. He has a book out, which, yes, is not my book, even though people say, congratulations on your book. His book is called Everything I Ever Learned, I Learned in a Chinese Restaurant. Because it's kind of cute. He worked in a Chinese restaurant. But again, it's a notion that you don't have to be some superstar famous person. You could be like working in a Chinese restaurant, and you yourselves have things to share that people can learn from. And so I say that's how you can think about that earlier question you asked me, that would you have one follower or no followers or 5 gazillion followers on whatever platform you want to use. Use it also for a bit of good, use it for fun. And stop clicking on all those terrible things, because the algorithm then feeds you more terrible things. Only click on the good stuff. right?
I love a good stop. So something. Okay, one last question. I always ask you about this because you see lots of people, you experience lots of experiences. You know that. What you have learned this year in 2025?
Great question. I'm going to use it and answer another question that someone always asks me. Oh, where have you been that was new and different? And so I was very blessed this year. I was invited by government of Saudi Arabia, Ministry of
Right.
Media,
Right.
to go to speak at one of their big conferences. And then my panel didn't really happen, but they were like, "Don't worry, you're going to meet so many fascinating people in Saudi Arabia." And for me, that 5 or 6 days there underscored to me that we need to overcome stereotypes. I had all these stereotypes about Saudi Arabia, good and bad, just like people probably have stereotypes, good and bad, about the United States or Thailand or Singapore. And so going to Saudi Arabia, I felt, this is a kingdom on the move. Clearly, it's a very different world than here in Thailand or back home for me in the United States. But for me, it just underscored that lesson about the importance of seeing for yourself. And for me, maybe that's how I'll wrap. One of the great things for me about Milken Institute is that even though maybe some have become friends, all these famous people I meet, I don't really know. We spend 4 hours together. We meet 3 or 4 times.
Sure.
And they're doing their I don't know, public face. Do I really know what they're like behind the scenes? I don't know. But for all of these people I meet, I can learn something from. And so going to Saudi Arabia, I learned a bit too about the importance again of moving beyond our stereotypes. And if we can, it's difficult because it costs money to go visit places. So come to Thailand today, see it for yourself.
Right.
Come to Indonesia, see it for yourself, and go beyond, if you can, the big fancy, famous resorts and restaurants, and get to know, if you can, I don't know, I would say everyday people like you, but you're not every day. You're like a celeb too.
I'm a
So,
typical journalist.
so I would say, if you can, connect with people from all walks of life, convene people together. That's what I love about the Milken Institute. Whether we're just helping a little bit or we're helping a lot by driving capital
Right.
somewhere, hopefully by participating in, by partnering with us, by sponsoring us, you are awesome using our platform to advance your mission for good too.
Really nice. Really nice. Thank you very, very much, Curtis. Thank you for joining this class, and thank you guys. ขอบคุณคุณผู้ชมที่ติดตามนะครับ ขอบคุณ Biz Classer ที่ติดตามผ่านทาง Facebook YouTube แล้วก็ TikTok ด้วย You believe that this is my first time for TikTok Live?
I think this is my first time for TikTok Live.
Really nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, you guys, for supporting me. แล้วก็แขกรับเชิญคนถัดไปจะเป็นใคร แล้วก็จะมาไลฟ์อีกทีเมื่อไหร่รอติดตามที่นี่แต่ขอบคุณมากเลยครับที่ให้กำลังใจแล้วก็ติดตามเพจพื้นที่เล็กๆแล้วก็ช่องเล็กๆอย่าง Biz Class ด้วยที่ตั้งใจทำเองคนเดียวแบบนี้นะครับผมกับ Curtis Chin ลาไปก่อนนะครับ Have a great trip. Have a good day.
Thank you.
ครับขอบคุณครับจบก่อนเท่านี้สวัสดีครับ